Hello students, welcome to CBSE NCERT Solutions by Vedantu. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. So from past 1 week, we have been doing NCERT line by line. Now for those who do not know NCERT line by line, try to understand that we take snips of NCERT and we explain every single word, every single line of NCERT. Now the benefit of this is I know most of the students find it very boring to read NCERT alone. So this will help you learn NCERT as well as prepare for your boards or your competitive exam. So last class we have done structural organization in animals, animal tissue portion. All of you can go and check out the video. It was a live session. Today we are going to start with frog. So I know frog is there for all the board students and the NEET students. So this video is really going to help all of them. Okay. So let's start with frog students. So frog, oh, 1 second. Yes. First thing we know about frog, or which we have learned from a very young age, is that frogs can live both on land as well as in fresh water. Yes or no? The simplest thing is they are amphibians, and this we all know. Right? They are amphibians, and this we always remember. And they belong to the class amphibians of phylum Chordata. Chordata, I told you last class that if they have a notochord, right? If they have a notochord, we will put them under chordates. If the notochord later develops into a vertebral column, we'll put them under vertebrata. And that day we saw when we divided them, we put them under tetrapoda, superclass tetrapoda, and the first one was amphibians. Okay. The most common species of frog found in India is Rana tigerina. So today you're going to study about this fellow who is called as Rana tigerina. Rana tigerina. This is the hero that we are going to study. Now, they do not have constant body temperature. That means what? They are cold-blooded animals, or the other term is poikilotherms. Now students, you have to know these terms more importantly, because I know this, general terms like cold-blooded, warm-blooded, we usually use it, but you have to know poikilotherm. Such kind of words is important as a scientific point of view, because even if a question comes, you should be in a position to write it. So they do not have constant body temperature means what? If outside temperature is changing, they will also change their temperature outside. Like they will go in, like, okay, environment change, even I will change, because I cannot maintain the constant temperature, but we can maintain constant temperature. Okay, and their body temperature varies with the temperature of the environment. This is what I told you. If environment temperature is changing, they will also change their temperature. Okay, such animals are called as cold-blooded animals or poikilotherms. See, you might have also noticed changes in the color of the frog while they are in grass and while they are on dry land. Now normally the ones that we see in city side and all, you will notice that they are brown color frogs. Why? Because they are usually on a cemented road or on a tar road, okay, on land. Now at the same time, if you see them in a little more places where there is a lot of vegetation, where there you can see a lot of grasses, you'll notice that the frogs are darker green in color with yellow color. Okay, yellowish to greenish color with dark spots and other things. Okay, now that is their ability to change the color. That means they are like, okay, I have to protect myself because I might be in a dangerous situation. So what I will do, I will camouflage, or I will do mimicry with the environment, so I will be protected. So this is the way, kind of thing that most of the animals do. You know, chameleon, all of us tell, no, chameleon, don't be like a chameleon, don't change color. So they have the ability to change the color to hide them from their enemies. That is called as camouflage. This protective coloration is called mimicry. Mimicry means what, students? I mimic someone, right? Now you start mimicking me, that becomes a mimicry, right? You try to do the same way like I do, or you try to see the hand movement that I do. So that is mimicry. Now camouflage means what? They change their entire coloration, okay, according to the environmental conditions, so that they are mimicking with the environment. Now you may also know that frogs are not seen during the peak summer and winter. How many of you have thought about this? Haven't you all heard? I think if you have grandparents, and if you have been with your grandparents for a longer time, they'll tell the moment the frog makes that croak croak sound, your grandparents will be like, go run, go take the clothes and come. Or they will tell that, you know what, it is going to rain, stay inside the home. How do they know this so well? Actually, there was the scientific reason is that during the peak summers, okay, during summers, the frogs go to summer sleep, okay, summer sleep, and that summer sleep is called as estivation. One second, students. Estivation. And winters also, okay, winters also they go for a sleep, and that is called as winter sleep. That is called as winter sleep, okay, and that we call it as hibernation. Okay, that we call it as hibernation. Now, what is this winter sleep and summer sleep? That is during the summertime, when there is a peak summertime, they will go for estivation. That is, they will go for a summer sleep. Got it? Yes, all of you? Okay, got it. Fine. They'll go for estivation. Now, what is winter sleep? That means during the winter, they will go for winter sleep. Okay. Now, ma'am, I should have been a frog. I know all of you are thinking this, but you cannot be a frog. Now that you are already become a human, you cannot be a frog. Then, ma'am, when do they actually do something? Students, they do or they come out during the breeding season, and that breeding season is going to be rainy season. This is the reason why your grandparents tell that, oh, wait a minute, it is going to rain because the frog made the sound. Now, why is the frog making the sound? The frog is actually attracting its mate, right? Frog is calling the female, the male frogs. Okay, male frogs have a vocal sac which makes loud sounds. Okay, loud croaking sounds. So that croak that they make is to attract the female, telling that you come, it is time for us to mate. It has become the breeding season. So during the rainy season, these frogs come out and they do the breeding at that time. Okay, got it, all of you? So in the summertime also they are sleeping, winter time also they are sleeping. The only active time that they have is during the rainy season, and that season is simply called as the breeding season. So here you can see this is also as summer sleep called as estivation and winter sleep called as hibernation. Now you can ask me a question, ma'am, where do they stay? We do not see them at all. Like we do not see them at all. Where do they stay? So they dig deep burrows. Okay, deep burrows they dig, and in those burrows only these frogs will stay. Now in deep burrows we will not be able to spot them, right? So during rainy season they'll come out. I hope this was clear. First paragraph is such baby paragraph, but it makes you understand generally about frog, right? That it is an amphibian. You have to remember that it comes under chordates, and then the most common type that we are going to study is Rana tigerina. Second thing that you got to know is they are poikilotherms, or cold-blooded animals. They change their temperature with the environmental temperature, right? Next thing, what do you know about them? You know that they can do camouflaging or they can do mimicry. That is, they will change their color depending on the environmental color. If they are on land, they are brown in color. If they are on grasses, they'll be green in color. And during the summer also they go for sleep. During winter also they go for sleep. So summer sleep is called as estivation, winter sleep is called as hibernation. And during the rainy season it is called as the breeding season, and that is when the frogs will come out, and the male frogs will call the female frogs by a loud croaking sound. Okay, this is how much we have understood about it. Okay, all of you drink water. Okay, now morphology. How do the frog look? How is the skin and all that? Okay, yes. Now, friends, morphology. Have you ever touched a frog? It's a question to all of you. If you have touched, please put it in the comment section. Yes, ma'am, I have touched. Okay. Have you is a question. Now, the skin is smooth and slippery due to the presence of mucus. That is, skin is smooth. All of you have seen frog skin. It looks very slimy. No, it looks very slimy. It looks like, okay, there's like, you know, that gel, like that slime is there, no students, it looks like that. So it is very smooth and slippery, and due to the presence of what? They have a mucus layer. So if we draw a frog, okay, we're going to draw a very bright green frog. Okay, if we draw a frog, okay, yes, a frog. Okay, a frog. Oh, this leg doesn't look anything like the leg. Okay. Yes, this is the tympanum. Okay, you will notice that the frogs have dark green spots on their back. Okay, they have dark green spots on their back, and on the lower surface they have an yellow color. Okay, on the lower surface they have a yellow color. Got it, students? Now, very important thing that you need to know about frogs is what you're going to learn. See, the skin is always maintained in a moist condition. That means this people's skin, no, this skin has a presence of mucus. And obviously all of you know how mucus is. It is definitely having a lot of liquid. It's a semi, solid thing, no? So mucus is definitely going to keep their surface moist. Okay, now the color of the dorsal side of the body is generally olive green in color. This olive green which I've drawn with a dark irregular spots. Okay, if you have seen frog, you will see that there are some dark greenish color spots around that. They have some dark spots, something like that. Okay, now on the ventral side the skin is uniformly pale yellow in color. So this is the ventral for us, this is the dorsal, no? So obviously for the frog, this side, the dorsal end will be olive green with dark irregular spots, and the ventral side, the lower portion, will be yellowish in color. Okay, pale yellow in color. That's what I told you. This is pale yellow in color. Pale yellow in color, and this is the, wait, I'll draw it with white. Okay, this is the portion where they have green color. Okay, green color, and this is dorsal side. Now, very amazing things that you're going to learn about frogs. See, they never drink water but absorb it through the skin. Can you think of it, that frog actually does this, that they do not drink water but they absorb all through the skin. So students understand, in frog they do have cutaneous respiration, right? That is, gaseous exchange happens through their skin, and upon that skin has a mucus layer, because of which, and they also have this tiny pores which will let them absorb as much as water possible. Okay, now body of frog is divisible into head and trunk. A neck and tail are absent. So if you look here, this is the head portion, yes or no? Oh, okay, this is the head portion, and whatever is left is going to be the trunk portion. Then ma'am, where is the neck and the this? Just imagine students, if the frog had neck, when it leaps or when it jumps, okay, when it jumps or leaps, what would happen? The neck would be a problem, right? The neck would be a problem, because the neck would, like, the neck is what to support the head. If that region is there also, now when we jump also, don't you think our neck moves, right? So that unnecessary thing is not there. So this is the frog trunk, this is the head, only this they have. But understand, between the head and the trunk there is a slight flexible, membrane is there definitely, which is not like neck, but there is a slight layer, okay, for them to do this slight movement. Got it? Now body of the frog is divisible into head and trunk. Yes ma'am, we understood head and trunk. A neck and tail are absent, but it is present, tail is present in the case of tadpole. If all of you remember Mr. Bean episode, where he brings a lot of tadpole thinking that it is some other beautiful creature, and he puts it in the tub, and he notices that his entire apartment is full of frogs. Okay, so that tadpole, if you remember, it looks like the tail, it has a tail, right? So above the mouth a pair of nostrils are there. So students, this is, let's say this is the mouth. Okay, this frog is very confusing, yeah, don't you think guys? This tympanum looks very, okay, like I've removed all of it. Now let's say this is the eyes, yellow color eyes. Okay, eyes will come somewhere here, eyes. Then they have a mouth, let's draw a mouth. They were long, okay, mouth like this. Then they have tympanum. Okay, they have tympanum, something like this. Okay, so above, see, look here. So a neck and tail is there above the mouth. Okay, this is the mouth. This is the mouth. Above the mouth, they have nostrils are present. Eyes are bulged and covered by nictitating membrane. Why is this nictitating membrane there? Obviously, the nictitating membrane is there to protect them from water. Okay, because they go underground, they go underwater, no, that time, to cover the eyelid should not, and anything shouldn't, like, nothing should happen to the eyes. They have a nictitating membrane. So if this is the eye, students, let's say this is 3D, okay, you're seeing from this end, then this will be the nictitating membrane. Okay, this will be the nictitating membrane. So this nictitating membrane will make sure that the water does not enter inside, okay, while in water. Now on the other side of the eyes, okay, so I drew an eyes, no, all of you remember, on the other side of the eye there are tympanum membrane. Okay, so there is tympanum that receives the signal. So this is the one who is going to act like your ears. Okay, I'm going to act like ears. Now forelimbs and hind limbs also they have, students. All of you can remember the forelimbs and hind limbs of frog. I'm not drawing like this, but it is the pen that is drawing like this. Okay, now it is webbed. Okay, this is your forelimbs. Now look here, the forelimbs and the hind limbs help in swimming, walking, leaping and burrowing. Okay, the hind limbs end in 5 digits and they are larger, muscular than forelimbs, okay, that end in 4 digits. So 4 limbs, 4, think like this, 4 limbs, 4 digit. 4 limbs, 4 digit. Okay. Hind limbs, 5 digit. Hind limbs have 5 digits, and these 5 digits are muscular. Okay, muscular, and they are long. Okay, larger. Muscular and larger. Got it? Now feet have webbed digit that help them in swimming. So this is why I told you this webbed. Okay, this is how a webbed this looks like. This webbed thing helps them for swimming. Okay, helps them for swimming. Here, now frogs exhibit sexual dimorphism. I told you already this, that the male frogs will call the female frogs, telling that it is our breeding season come. Okay, so male frogs can be distinguished by the presence of a sound producing vocal sac. I think all of you would have seen, when the frog is making sound, this will blow like this, it will come like this, it will blow like this, it will come like this. Okay, also they have a copulatory pad. Now imagine, students, this is your forelimb. Okay, imagine this is the forelimb of the frog, which I've drawn here. They will have something like this. Okay, a copulatory pad. I'm not drawing the exact structure because the structure is little hard to draw, but imagine they have a copulatory pad. This copulatory pad will make sure that the female, to hold the female during copulation. Okay, this will make sure to hold the female frog during copulation. Female frog during copulation. Got it? So to make sure that the frog is releasing the eggs, this copulatory pad will hold the female frog in place so that they will not move anywhere. Okay, they are there staying back during the copulation. Clear? Yes. So first, copulatory pads on the first digit of the forelimbs, which is absent in female frogs. So sexual dimorphism is basically shown by two methods. First sexual dimorphism that you see is in males. They make louder croaking sound. Okay, the vocal sacs are larger, and because of that they'll make a louder croaking sound. Second thing that we see is they have copulatory pads on the first digit of their forelimb, which will help the frog to hold. Okay, which will help the male frog to hold the female frog during the copulation. Now anatomy. Okay, now we're going to understand how the internal structure in frog is, all of that. Okay, now one second. Okay, the body cavity of frog accommodates different organs such as digestive, circulative, respiratory, nervous, excretory, reproductive system with well-developed structure. Yes or no? These are all the systems that you study, right? Digestive system is deleted from your syllabus. Otherwise, now you study body fluids and circulation, breathing, neural system, excretory system, reproductive system, and chemical coordination. Okay, here also one small paragraph is given about chemical coordination. So you don't have much to study about it. Now look here, the digestive system consists of alimentary canals. Students, I'm telling you, frog is very, very easy because they are very, very similar to that of what we have. Some terminologies are very similar. Now when I teach you digestive system only, you will understand that so many terminologies are very, very similar. Okay, so the digestive system consists of alimentary canal and digestive glands. The alimentary canal is short. Okay, is short because the frogs are carnivorous. That why is that so? That is because, students, if the if any animals are carnivorous and because they are meat consuming, okay, the digestion is going to be easy. So the alimentary canal as well as the intestine is going to be reduced. Okay, for plants it's going to be difficult because of the cellulose layer. Okay, alimentary canal and intestine is going to be reduced. This is for animals which are carnivorous. Okay, animals which are carnivorous. Hence the length of the intestine is reduced. See, I told you, the mouth opens into the buccal cavity. So remember like this, the mouth opens into the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity, it will go to the pharynx to esophagus. So same cycle will happen. Okay, just look here, all of you. I think I'll increase the thickness little. So esophagus is there. To esophagus, how did it come? To esophagus, how did it come? From mouth, it came to buccal cavity. Yes or no? From mouth, it came to buccal cavity. Mouth to buccal cavity. From buccal cavity, it has come to esophagus. Yes or no? It has come to esophagus. Now, from the esophagus, it will come to the stomach. Okay, from the esophagus, it will come to the stomach. Stomach to intestine. Intestine, it has two parts. Okay, duodenum and ileum. So here you can remember duodenum and ileum. This is the first part of the intestine. So the food from the stomach is going to come to the duodenum. Okay. Now from there it is going to come to rectum. Now from rectum, students, it is going to open into the cloacal aperture or cloaca. So what is so different from us, ma'am? Everything looks similar. Yes, everything looks similar, but they do not have an anus, like another opening is not there. All the things that is going to come out of your cloaca. Okay, cloaca is like a common opening for your excretory product, for your digestion, as well as for in males, even for reproduction. Okay, so it will be called as urinogenital. Now you'll get to know that. So students, is this clear? So how is the digestive system going? Very simple. It is going from the mouth to the buccal cavity, from buccal cavity to pharynx. So through pharynx it is going to go into the esophagus, from esophagus to stomach, from stomach to intestine, intestine to rectum, rectum to cloacal aperture. Understood? Yes or no? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. See, leads to esophagus through pharynx. So there is a funnel shaped structure called pharynx, through which it will reach the through which the food will reach the esophagus. Now esophagus is a short tube that opens into the stomach, which in turn continues as intestine, rectum, and finally opens outside the cloaca. So this is what I told you, it finally opens outside the cloaca. Now important part, this is where you will understand that, oh my god ma'am, frog is so similar to us, right? Frog is so similar to us, there's no much difference. That is because, look here, liver is making bile. Okay, liver is making bile. And where is this bile getting stored? In the gallbladder. In the gallbladder. Got it? It is getting stored in the gallbladder. Is this clear or not? Okay, 1 second. Let me... Yes, students, 1 second. I think not. Okay. Give me 1 second, students. Yeah. Okay. So from liver, it is coming to the bile. Now liver is secreting bile, and this bile is getting stored, okay, in the gallbladder. Now pancreas also, see, this is where it is so similar we feel, okay, because pancreas is secreting pancreatic juice. Okay, pancreatic juice, and this is so similar to us. Yes or no? They are secreting pancreatic juice. So look here, food is captured by bilobed tongue. This is very important, students. Bilobed tongue is if all of you have seen Chota Bheem, and in cartoons we have seen the tongue of frog. No, it will be like this. Okay, not this much prominent also, but this is like snake now. Wait, bilobed tongue. The task to draw. Okay, something like this it will look, and here 2 lobes will be there. Okay, 2 lobes will be there. Now this lobes will help them to catch the insect. If you have seen frog, it will be able to stretch. Okay, it will be able to stretch as much as possible, and it will take the insect into it. So this bilobed tongue is very, very important. Okay, now digestion of food. Okay, digestion of food takes place by the action of HCl and gastric juices secreted from the walls of the stomach. So digestion of food takes place by what? Here also you can see that HCl is there, gastric juices are there, pancreatic juice is there, bile is there. All this looks so similar to our digestive system, right? What we have studied in smaller classes. So this is very easy. Okay, now partially digested food is called what, students? Chyme. We tell bolus, after that chyme. No, chyme is the word here used. So partially digested food is called chyme, which is passed from the stomach to the first part of the small intestine, the duodenum. Okay, the duodenum is the first part of the small intestine I just mentioned you above. Okay, now the duodenum receives bile from the gallbladder and the pancreatic juice from the pancreas through a common bile duct. So there is a common bile duct that will receive, right, through a common bile duct that will give the bile as well as the pancreatic juice. Now what is bile going to do? Bile is going to do the job of emulsifying the fat or breaking down the fat, and pancreatic juice digests the carbohydrate and proteins. Okay, pancreatic juice will do the job of digesting the carbohydrate and protein. Final digestion takes place in the inner wall. Okay, give me 1 second. Yes, I think I'm done. Yes, done. Okay. Okay, so yes, final digestion takes place in the intestine. Okay, final digestion takes place in the intestine. Digested food is absorbed by numerous finger-like foldings called as microvilli. Villi and microvilli. All of you remember, in your intestine there are microvilli. So like this, imagine like this foldings will be there. Okay, like this villi will be there. Now in this, what is going to happen? It will increase the surface area, right? It will increase the surface area this way to fit inside everywhere. So this will increase the surface area. Villi and microvilli is there. Now the undigested solid waste moves into the rectum and passes through the cloaca. Very easy. Okay, passes through the cloaca. So next we are going to do respiration. Before that, let's just write it here. Okay, let's write a overview of it here. So students, mouth. Okay, mouth to buccal cavity. Okay, mouth to buccal cavity to esophagus. Okay, buccal cavity to esophagus, but do not forget, between esophagus there is one person through which it is going to come, that is your pharynx. Yes or no? Through pharynx. Now from esophagus it is going to open into the stomach. In the stomach. Now in the stomach, what and all is there? There is a release of HCl gas. Right, there is a release of HCl gas. There is a release of gastric juices. Okay, gastric juices. Got it, all of you? Gastric juices. Now further, when we go down from the stomach, it will go into the first part of the small intestine, that is called as duodenum. To this duodenum there are secretions that is going to come. Those secretions are called nothing but bile and pancreatic juice. Bile and pancreatic juice. Yes or no? This pancreatic juice and the bile is coming from a common bile duct. Okay, I'm writing CBD. Now from the stomach, okay, from the duodenum, it is going to go into the rectum. Okay, from rectum it is going to open into the cloaca. Got it? This is the common opening. That's all is digestive system. So easy. Now near mouth, you just remember, before this mouth you have to remember bilobed tongue. Okay, bilobed tongue. This bilobed tongue is the one that is going to help in capturing the food. Clear? Chalo. Now next one. Next is going to be respiratory system. So look here, frogs respire on land and in water by two different methods. That's what I told you. In water, skin acts as an aquatic respiratory organ. So skin is very, very important for frog. Okay, even though we talk a lot about that, but you should understand the skin is the most important because they have a proper mucus covering and it is little slimy. Okay, so in water, skin acts as an aquatic respiratory organ, and whenever they are respiring with the help of skin, remember this, whenever they are respiring with the help of skin, that kind of respiration is called cutaneous respiration. Okay, that kind of respiration is called cutaneous respiration. Now same thing, if it is respiring with the help of lungs, okay, if respiration is happening because of lungs, it will be called as pulmonary respiration. Pulmonary respiration. Got it, all of you? So whenever it is respiring with the help of skin, it is called as cutaneous respiration. Whenever it is respiring with the help of lungs, it is called as pulmonary respiration. Okay, yes, very good. Now dissolved oxygen in water is exchanged through the skin by diffusion. Okay, so here what is going to happen? Diffusion is going to happen. Diffusion is going to happen. Now on land, the buccal cavity, skin and the lungs. So look at here, on land more people are going to help. Okay, in water only skin is going to help. So let's write here, let's write it with blue color because it's water. So in water, okay, in water what is going to happen? In water, skin is the only one that is going to help in respiration. Is going to help in respiration. Got it? But on land, okay, which color do we choose for land? Okay, green. On land, who is and all going to help, students? Different people are helping. First is going to be skin is going to do that job also. Buccal cavity and lungs. Okay, and lungs. In that, see, look at here. The respiration by lungs is called as pulmonary respiration. The lungs are, okay, the lungs are a pair of elongated. So look at how the lungs of a frog is. Lungs are a pair of elongated pink colored sac-like structure present in the upper part of the trunk region. Trunk can also be called as thorax. Okay, so they're telling that lungs is long, okay, long regions like this, long elongated regions. Okay, lungs is like this, long regions, and these elongated regions are present in the thorax, or we can tell the trunk region. Now air enters through the nostrils. So how is breathing going to happen? Very simple. Air is going to enter through the nostrils. It is going to reach into the buccal cavity. From buccal cavity it is going to the lungs. Lungs is going to do pulmonary respiration. Okay, now during aestivation and hibernation, what they're going to do, students, frog is so lazy that they will make the skin do the gaseous exchange, and they'll be like, lungs, you relax, I will not take any air through the nostril, I'll take everything through the skin. Okay, definitely they'll be taking some air through the nostrils. It's not like that, but then it's more of like how people go into coma, no, like that the frog will go to summer sleep and winter sleep. Okay, they will not drink water, they will not take in air, they will all do everything with the help of skin. So skin is a very important factor of frog. Okay, I know now you want to be frog more than ever, but yeah, we cannot do anything, students. Now next is heart. Okay, circulatory system. Listen to this carefully. Now the vascular system of frog is well developed, okay, closed type. Well developed closed type means we already got to know after Annelida itself we started seeing closed type of circulatory system, where they have capillaries, okay, arteries and veins. Arteries and veins. Now look here, frogs have a lymphatic system also, which is shocking, right? We thought only circulatory system is there. They have circulatory system as well as lymphatic system. Okay, which is a very big thing. Now the blood vascular system involves heart, blood and the blood vessels. Okay, blood and blood vessels, just like us, we have the heart, we have the blood vessels, be it vena cavas, be it aortas, be it pulmonary veins, be it any of it, we have all the blood vessels as well as the blood. Now the lymphatic system consists of lymph nodes, lymph channels and lymph nodes. Same thing for us, we have lymphatic vessels and lymph nodes. Okay, now heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part. So here also heart is a muscular structure, okay, made up of muscle. So let's say heart is like this. Okay, heart is like this. I think it became too small. Yes, let's say heart is like this, students. Now this heart is 3-chambered, right? So if I do the partition, I'm going to do a partition like this, where I draw the right atrium, left atrium and the ventricles. Okay, so here what is going to happen, mixing up of blood is going to happen. Okay, so look here, heart is a muscular structure situated in the upper part of the body cavity. It has 3 chambers, 2 atria and 1 ventricle. Is this clear? And it is covered by a membrane. So this heart has a membrane. I think red is visible. Okay, heart has a membrane like how we have itself pericardium. Okay, that membrane is called pericardium. Now a triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. So here what is going to happen, one person is going to join here. Okay, one person is going to join here, that is called as sinus venosus. So these are like, accessory organs, like how we talk about in reproduction and all, accessory organs. So like this only, they're accessory chambers. So even in fish also, fish is a 2-chambered. Okay, it has 2-chambered, but when we draw fish heart, we draw something like this, where this is the atrium, okay, this is the ventricle, but here we have sinus venosus and here we have cornus arteriosus. So these people are going to act like accessory chambers. Okay, so don't get it confused. And remember, even though the word venosus is coming, it is going to be connected to the right atrium. Same way, cornus arteriosus, even though the word arteriosus is coming, it is connected to the ventricle. If you remember this way, then you'll never forget it. So look here, a triangular structure called sinus venosus joins the right atrium. It receives blood through major veins called vena cava. So they also have vena cava. So the right atrium is going to receive the blood just like in us from the superior inferior vena cava, like that here also they have vena cavas. Okay, now the ventricle open into a sac like, see, very very important, the ventricles are going to open into a sac like structure. Sac like structure. I'm not drawing it because it will not be technically correct if I draw it. I have to take a dissection and draw sac like structure called conus. Okay, conus arterios. So if you remember that arterios is connected with ventricle and venosus is connected with atria, then you will be sorted. Okay. Now look here, the ventricles open into a sac-like structure called conus arterios on the ventral side of the heart. The blood from the heart is carried to all the body parts by the arteries. Okay, arterial system. The veins collect blood, same thing. Okay, for us also veins are going to collect the deoxygenated blood, arteries are going to collect the oxygenated, supply the oxygenated blood. Same thing is going to happen here. Here also we have an arterial system that will supply all the good blood. Okay, after purification it will supply all the blood to the body parts, and then your veins will collect all the bad blood from the different body parts and give it to the heart. Okay, this is the structure. Now from here, very important, okay, special venous connection between liver and intestine as well as kidney and lower part of the body are present in frogs. So they have some special systems, that is, whenever something connected with liver comes, students, I don't know if all of you have noticed the word hepatic we use. Okay, like that same thing, whenever something is connected to lungs, we use pulmonary. When something is connected to kidney, we use the word renal. So here also it is going to be called as hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal system. That means it is between the liver and intestine. It's going to be between the liver and intestine. Got it? Now, second one is going to be between kidney and the lower parts of the body. Okay, so kidney and lower parts of the body. That is going to be what? It is going to be called as the renal portal system. Okay, renal portal system. Clear or not? Renal portal system. Renal portal system and hepatic portal system. Hepatic portal system. Clear or not? Yes or no? Yes, clear? Yes. Okay. Now, renal portal system. So remember this way, anything connected to kidney will be called as renal, anything connected to liver will be called as hepatic. Okay. Now, look here. The former means the first one is called hepatic portal system. The latter is called renal portal system. Now the blood is composed of plasma and cells. The blood cells are called as RBCs, WBCs, and your platelets. So here you can see RBC, WBC as well as leukocytes and platelets. That is RBC or erythrocyte, WBC or leukocyte, platelets or thrombocytes. Okay. Now here's different thing is what? RBCs are nucleated, which we do not see in us. RBCs are enucleated, we tell, no? So here RBCs are nucleated. Okay, RBCs are nucleated and contain red color pigment called as hemoglobin. So hemoglobin. If you have ever seen a frog dead or on the road, like because of some vehicle or something, if it has got in, then you will notice that the frog blood is red in color. That means they have hemoglobin with them, and that hemoglobin is giving them the red color. Now the lymph is different from blood. All of you know this, no? Lymph is different from blood. It lacks few proteins and RBCs, same like us. Okay, they will have WBCs and they form this interstitial fluid. No, same way here also they do not have proteins and they do not have RBCs. So that is why lymph is whitish color. Now the blood carries nutrients, gases, water to the respective sites during circulation. The circulation of blood is achieved by pumping action of muscular heart. Okay, pumping action of muscular heart. So in this paragraph, what and all did you study? Let's just go revise the entire circulatory system. So if we start from here, Okay, if we start from here, we got to know that the circulatory system is very well developed. That is, they have a closed type of circulatory system where they have proper blood vessels, capillaries, and etc. Now they have mentioned that the circulatory system has blood, heart, and blood vessels. The lymphatic system has lymph vessels, and your lymph nodes. Okay, this two thing was clear. Now they told heart is muscular. They are three chambered with two atrias and one ventricle, and mixing up of blood will happen. Now they have accessory organs. That is, to the right atria, they have a triangular structure called as sinus arterios. Arterios, it is sinus venosus attached to the atria. Then from the ventricles, there is a sac-like opening called as, which is going to connect to conus arterios. Okay, conus arterios. Now this is what they told. Then they told that all the purified blood or the oxygenated blood will be transported in the frog's body with the help of arterial system. And now veins, what is going to happen? With the help of the veins are going to carry all the deoxygenated blood from different body parts to the heart. Got it? Yes. Now they are telling that there are some special venous system. Okay, so in this you're hearing the firecrackers is because of Ganesha Chaturthi. Ganesha Chaturthi, I mean, it's happening. So today and tomorrow will be like a festival where everywhere they'll be cracking, bursting crackers, and it's a thing that we celebrate, like everyone celebrates in Karnataka. Okay, now special venous system is between the liver and the intestine, and one between the kidney and the lower parts of the body. Okay, so between the liver and the intestine, because it is liver, we call it hepatic portal system. Okay, and if it is kidney, we will call it renal portal system. Okay, this is clear. Now they're telling that what and all this blood has. Blood has same thing what and all we have. That is, they have plasma, they have cells, blood corpuscles. So that is RBC, WBC, platelets, or we tell erythrocyte, leukocyte, and thrombocytes. Then the lymph is also different from the blood because they'll have only protein, and they will not have the protein in RBC. They'll only have WBCs. Okay. Now, still the blood carries nutrients, gases, water to the respiratory circulatory system, and the circulation is because of the pumping action of heart. Same thing, very similar to us, but extra, like the sinus venosus, extra things we learn. Yes. So here, next we have excretory system, then neural system, then central nervous system, then we have reproductive system, and then we'll be done. Okay, we'll be done. So here I'm going to take a 10 minutes break. I'll see you guys at 7. Okay, 7:10. We'll take a small coffee break. Okay, 7:10. See you all. Okay, we have very less portion. We'll be done in another 1 hour. So see you guys. Hello students, we are back after a break. So we will be continuing. Okay, we did circulatory system, we did digestive system, we did respiratory system. Now we're going to see excretory system. Okay, so let's continue. 1 second, let me just wipe this off. Okay, now the elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by a well-developed excretory system. The excretory system consists of a pair of kidney, ureter, cloaca and urinary bladder. So here you can see that they have a pair of kidney. Okay, ureter is there which is extending, and then they have cloaca, common opening, and then urinary bladder. Okay, like how we have urethra, that is not there, instead of cloaca is there. Now these are compact dark red bean like structures situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity on both the sides of the vertebral column. Now each kidney is composed of several structural and functional units called as uriniferous tubules or nephrons, right? We do not come through the word uriniferous tubules, but here they have used the word uriniferous tubule. Okay, so the structural and functional unit of kidney is going to be uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Got it? Uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Okay, now two ureters emerge from the kidney in the male frog. The ureters act as urinogenital duct. Okay, this is very important because I told you cloaca is a common opening for your digestive reproductive in males, right? So that is why here they're telling that the two ureters that emerge from the kidney, the ureter acts as a urinogenital duct which opens into the cloaca. Okay, so cloaca also I told you reproductive sperm comes out of the cloaca. Now in females the ureter and the oviduct open separately. Okay, open separately into the cloaca. A thin walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum which opens into the cloaca. So there is a thin urinary bladder which is present to the ventral side that will help them to open. Okay, they secrete out urea, so they are called ureotelic organisms. Now look here students, this is the structure. So can you see these are the two bean shaped kidneys that you see? Okay, and on the top of the kidneys there are fat body structures. Okay, now from the kidney you will see two ureters that is coming. From the ureter, can you see here rectum they are mentioning here, this is the urinary bladder. Okay, this is the urinary bladder and this is the cloaca. So two kidneys are there, two ureters are there, a common urinary bladder is there and cloaca is there. Clear? Here that's what they're telling. So if they give out urea, right, if they give out urea, we call that organism as uricotelic. Okay, if they give out urea, we call that organism as uricotelic organisms. Uricotelic organism. Uricotelic is uric acid. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Very simple. They have a pair of kidney, two ureters. These two ureters open into the urinary bladder and then open into the cloaca. Okay, but in males what happened, the ureter itself will carry the sperm, so it is going to be urinogenital duct. Okay, it will be called as the urinogenital duct. Now the kidney, the functional and the structural unit of kidney. Okay, the functional and the structural, one second, the functional and the structural unit of kidney is going to be uriniferous tubules or nephrons. Okay, these two ureters emerge from the kidney and they will be called as the urinogenital duct. The thin walled, okay, the thin walled urinary bladder is present ventral to the rectum. So they have a urinary bladder which is present ventral to the rectum. The frog secretes out urea, so it will be called as uricotelic organisms. Okay, now what else did we miss? Kidney is bean shaped, dark color, all this you guys already know. Now the next one. Okay, now here the system of control and coordination, I told you they have given a very brief, like very very small explanation about control and coordination. They are only talking about which all glands do they have. Okay, so control and coordination is highly evolved in frogs. It includes both neural system and endocrine system. The chemical coordination by various organs is achieved by the hormones that are secreted by the endocrine glands. The prominent endocrine glands found in frog are pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, thymus, pineal, pancreatic, adrenal, gonads. Almost all the glands or all the glands are present here also. Pituitary is there, thyroid is there, parathyroid is there, thymus is there, pineal is there, pancreatic is there, adrenal gland is there, gonad is there. Except thymus, you see everything. Oh, thymus also is here. No, thymus also is here. Everything is there. So the control and coordination is as developed as us. Now let's see nervous system. the nervous system is organized into central nervous system. Okay, that is, they have CNS. This CNS has two structures, that is called the brain, okay, and the spinal cord. Okay, brain and the spinal cord. Okay, if CNS is there, PNS is going to be there. So a peripheral nervous system also is there, a PNS is there, that will have cranial nerves, okay, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay, cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Now how much are they? They are 10 pairs each. Okay, 10 pairs, 10 pairs. Not like us, we have 12 and 31. This is 10 pairs, 10 pairs each. Okay, now there are 10 pairs of cranial nerves arising from the brain box. Even spinal nerves are 10 itself. Okay, brain is enclosed. So obviously students, brain is enclosed in a box called as the cranium. Okay, one brain box, we call it the brain box. Okay, brain box or cranium. Brain box or cranium. Okay, now the brain is very important. Next part of it, look here, the brain is enclosed in a bony structure called as the brain box. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. The brain is divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain includes olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere and unpaired diencephalon. Okay, similar to us. So here they have olfactory lobes, paired cerebral hemisphere and unpaired diencephalon. The midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Okay, only optic lobes are there. There we, in ours we study corpora quadrigemina, where we have superior lobes, inferior lobes, optic lobes and auditory lobes, but here they're talking only about optic lobes. Now hindbrain consists of cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Okay, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Now the medulla oblongata passes through the foramen magnum. It's actually the biggest opening that helps them to continue into the spinal cord. Okay, I hope this is clear. So I want to write it here, or maybe I'll write it down, students, later. I have, or let's go now only. Let's go here down. Okay, here we'll write about the brain. So about the nervous system. Okay, about the nervous system. So the categorization goes like CNS is divided into brain and spinal cord. Okay, brain and spinal cord. Then we have PNS. Okay, the nerves that is going to the brain and spinal cord, right? Those will be here. That is called as the cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay, 10 pair each. 10 pair. Okay, both are 10 pair each. Then they spoke about what after PNS, they told that CNS is there. Now they told that the brain is divided into three parts: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Now each part you have to write. Forebrain had optic lobes, okay, sorry, olfactory lobes, cerebral hemispheres, okay, and unpaired diencephalon. Okay, unpaired diencephalon. Then what did we have? Midbrain. Okay, then we have midbrain. Midbrain had optic lobes. Okay, last we have the hindbrain. Okay, hindbrain that had medulla oblongata. Okay, medulla oblongata was there. Then here, see, medulla oblongata, pons varoli we say, no, and here, and cerebrum. Okay, cerebellum, sorry, cerebellum. Okay, here that is not there. So medulla oblongata, then you have to tell that this opens into foramen magnum. Okay, foramen magnum. Got it? Clear? Yes. Done. Okay, this is done. I think we did not miss anything, right? Yes, up to here we wrote cerebellum, medulla oblongata passes to the foramen. Okay, chalo. Next is going to be sense organs. Okay, next is going to be sense organs. Let's do it. Now, frog has different types of sense organ, namely organs of touch, taste, smell, vision, hearing. Out of these, eyes and internal ears are well organized structures and the rest are cellular aggregations. So listen to me carefully. Here they're trying to tell frog have different sense organs. Okay, sense organs is there, one for touch is there, one for taste is there, one for smell is there, one for vision is there. What are they? Organ of touch is going to be sensory papillae. Okay, taste is going to be taste buds, smell is going to be nasal epithelium, then vision is going to be eyes, hearing is going to be tympanum. Okay, now out of all these, they are telling that only the eyes and the tympanum, no, the inner ear, okay, internal ear is well developed or well organized. Okay, well organized. Rest everything are just cellular aggregation. That means they are not completely hugely developed, they are cellular aggregations. Clear? Okay, cellular aggregations. Now, eyes in the frog as a pair of spherical structures situated in the orbit. Like even we have an orbit, right? Students, these are simple eyes, not compound eyes. In cockroach, you're going to see compound eyes. So these are simple eyes. Okay, these are simple eyes. Now possessing only one unit. Now external ear is absent in frog. Do we see anything like that? No, we see only tympanum. Okay, one tympanum is there that can be seen externally. The ear is an organ for equilibrium, balance. Even our organ is the balance. You have eustachian tube, which is very important for your balance. Okay, now we are going to understand frog has what? Reproductive. So let's see how the reproductive system is. Look here. Frog has a well-organized male and female reproductive systems. Okay, male reproductive organ consists of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes. Okay, they have yellowish testes now, which are found adhered to the upper part of the kidney. That is, to the kidney, this testis is attached with the help of a double fold of peritoneum. Okay, peritoneum. So here you see by a double fold of peritoneum called mesorium. Okay, mesorium. So here look at this diagram. Can you see this is the testis and they are attached? Can you see how they are attached? Okay, here vasa efferentia is there, but the attachment you cannot see exactly, but you can look here. Okay, you can look at this attachment. These are called as peritoneum, double fold of peritoneum that lets the testis attach or fold, like attached with the kidney. Okay, attached with the kidney. And now look at the next one, vasa efferentia. Did you see that tube like structure? So if I draw kidney, okay, if I draw the kidney, okay, long bean shaped kidney, to that I draw an yellowish testis. Okay, this is how the testis is going to be. On the testis, did you all see the vasa efferentia? You all see tubes like this. Okay, tubes like this going. Okay, like this tubes were going, right? These tubes were there and fat bodies were there. Okay, these tube like structures, right? These tubes are called as vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia, how many? 10 to 12 in number. 10 to 12 in number. Okay, that arises from the testis. Now they enter the kidney on their side and open into Bitter's canal. So there is a canal which is actually, they tell it is present inside the kidney itself, Bitter's canal. This is going to actually help in connecting with the urinogenital tract as well as passing the sperm. Okay, so into the Bitter's canal, finally it communicates with the urinogenital tract that comes out of the kidney. Now all of you remember, this is your kidney. From the kidney, ureter is coming, right? So now we go to this diagram. All of you look here. See, testis is there, kidney is there, vasa efferentia is there, and then you see adrenal gland. Now you see the urinogenital gland. So from this vasa efferentia, the sperm is going to come all the way and get into the urinogenital tract and all the way go up to the cloaca. Through the cloacal aperture, it is going to come out. Okay, through the cloacal aperture, it's going to come out. So try to understand, try to relate it. Okay, try to relate it. That is, they enter the kidney on their sides and open into Bitter's canal. Finally, it communicates with the urinogenital duct that comes out of the kidney and opens into the cloaca. The cloaca is a small medium chamber that is used to pass fecal matter, urine, sperm to the exterior part. That is, it is a part of the digestive system, it is a part of the excretory system, and it is a part of the reproductive system in males. Okay, so is it very clear? Kidney is there, there is a testis, a void yellow color testis which is attached to the kidney with the help of peritoneum, a double folded membrane called as the peritoneum. Okay, now this testis has 10 to 12 vasa efferentia which will help for the sperm to come out of it, and it will go into the urinogenital duct, or in simple word called ureter. Okay, from there it will open into the, they will enter the kidney on the side and open into the Bitter's canal which is present inside the kidney itself. Finally, it will communicate to the urinogenital duct, that is your ureter, and it will come out of the kidney and it will pass into the cloaca. Through the cloacal aperture, it will pass out. Okay, understood? That is your male reproductive system. Now let's see female reproductive system. Female reproductive organs include a pair of ovaries. Okay, the ovaries are situated near the kidney and there is no functional connection with the kidney. So students, here the main thing that you have to remember is, in males it is attached to the kidney, but here there is no functional connection with the kidney. Okay, a pair of oviduct arises from the ovaries, open into the cloaca separately. This also we had discussed before, that cloaca, the oviduct is going to open separately. Okay, it's not going to merge into the cloaca, it is going to open separately. Now a mature female can lay up to 2500 to 3000 ova at a time. That is why Mr. Bean's entire house was filled with tadpoles. Why? Because the female, he took around 2500 to 3000 ova at a time, and he took some amount of it and came. Now fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development involves a larval stage called tadpole. This all of you know. Tadpole undergoes metamorphosis to form adult frog. Yes or no? Tadpole and adult frog has no connection at all. Like, they are like, who are you even? Okay, so tadpole is like that sperm, and you can see that the frog is completely a different organism. Now, how is frog really beneficial to us? It is beneficial for the mankind because they eat insects and protect the crop. Frog maintains ecological balance because they serve as an important link of food chain, food web in the ecosystem. Yes or no? They are a very, very important part of the ecosystem. So here, what are they talking, students? Here, let's, one second. They have not given the structure of the female, right? They are not given the structure. So just understand that in female there is going to be a pair of ovaries. Okay, ovaries will be situated near the kidney but no functional connection with the kidney, and then a pair of oviduct will arise. Okay, pair of oviduct will arise connecting connection with the kidney. I mean, a pair of oviduct arises from the ovaries, open into the cloaca. Okay, open into the cloaca separately, and this cloaca separately. A mature female can lay up to 2500 to 3000 ova. Okay, 3000 ova at a time. Fertilization is external, outside. That is why they have this copulatory pad, to make sure that the female does not go anywhere. The copulatory pad will be kept. Okay, fertilization is external and takes place in water. Development involves a larval state. Tadpole is there, and this tadpole, to become an adult, they will do metamorphosis. Okay, I hope frog is clear, students. Anything you want to write, you can definitely write it here. That is, we wrote about the nervous system. Here I would write about the reproductive system as well. Okay, so reproductive system in males. Okay, in males, system in males. So here what do we have? We have yellowish color testis, okay, which is attached to kidney with what, students? With double fold of peritoneum. Okay, double fold of peritoneum. And from the testis arises 10 to 12 vasa efferentia. Okay, vasa efferentia. And then this vasa efferentia will open into the Bitter's canal Okay, from the Bidder's canal, it will open into the urinogenital duct. Urinogenital duct. From the urinogenital duct, that is ureter, through the cloaca. Okay, that's all. This is your main. Okay, now here you have to remember Bidder's canal. Okay, you have to remember peritoneum, you have to remember 10 to 12 vasa efferentia, and then you have to remember how they are transported. Okay, this is the transport. Then female. Okay, female. So students, here Ganpati is going, so that is why you will hear a lot of tumte sounds and all that. So female reproductive system, students, what is going to happen in female reproductive also to a pair of ovaries are there. Okay, pair of ovaries are there, and oviduct is there. Now this oviduct will open separately it will open into the cloaca. Okay, separately open into the cloaca. It can give up to 2500 to 3000 ova at a time, and imagine that summer and winter is not considered, thank God, otherwise it would have become frog's land. Okay, 2000 to 3000 ova at a time, and then this fertilization is going to be external. Okay, fertilization is external, and they will use the copulatory pads. Okay, they will use the copulatory pads to hold the female, and then tadpoles will come arise. Okay, tadpoles will happen. Now this tadpoles will become adult frog. Okay, tadpoles will become adult frog with the help of metamorphosis. Got it? This is how your frog is. Okay, so we have completed frog, every single line of NCERT, every single paragraph of frog. I don't think any student should have doubt. Brain also we have written. Okay, endocrine, that is clear. And then excretion also, there is no much. Kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, each portion. Then here blood, again I have made you understand again all of this. Circulatory system. Here skin, very easy. Your respiration, then your digestive system. Here I've written the entire thing, and anatomy. So here we start the anatomy and the rest of it. Okay, so I hope this session was really helpful. Thank you so much for joining, students. Next we will do cockroach, and then we will be done with your NCERT line by line. I hope the session was really helpful. Do let me know in the comments and in the chats how the session was. Thank you so much for joining.